Hey everyone, I'm Big John and welcome to another episode of the DIS Ability Show. So, this week I want to talk to you about easy access hotel tips. Now, what I mean by that is that there are some hotels on property that are so close to the parks, you can just walk there and not have to worry about transportation. Now, at the moment, if you are going to Magic Kingdom, the only walkable hotel is the Contemporary in Bay Lake Tower because, unfortunately, the walkway connecting the Poly and Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom is currently MIA due to the construction of the new TVC tower at the Poly and the renovations of some of the rooms at the Grand Floridian. And, of course, at Shades of Green, they took out that walkway. They permanently closed the walkway that you can do from there as well. They have to do something about that. They have to work out some sort of system. Now, if you are going to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, there are many different hotels you can walk there from. These include the Yacht and Beach Clubs, the Boardwalk, and the Swan and Dolphin. Unfortunately, there are no walkable hotels to get to Animal Kingdom, but if you are staying at any of the hotels that I have mentioned, take advantage of their walkability to the parks, because it's easier for people, much easier in fact, for people who have limited mobility. So anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure it gets to do a future episode. Now it's time for this week's Top 5. So Disney currently has some really great entertainment, though I wish it just had it as much as it used to have, even though I've pretty much given up on the Citizens of Hollywood returning. One of the cruelest mistakes of the Bob Chapek era. But still, Disney still has some of the best entertainment in the state of Florida. So this week, we're going to cover my top 5 current entertainment offerings. Number 5, the Performers Around World Showcase. Now, these include Sergio, the Italian mime in Italy, the Mariachi drummers in Japan, Mariachi Cobre in Mexico, the rock band in the UK pavilion. The list just goes on and on because they are an attraction in themselves because they are representing their nations with the type of entertainment that is natural around there. Number 4, the African Tumblers at Animal Kingdom. Now, I don't know the exact name of this troupe, but they are good. We saw them in February, and they can hold their own weight around like crazy. They're good, and they even has some guest interaction as well. So they're pretty good. Number 3, the Jammers. Now, I think during festivals they used to modify their sets. Like if it was Flower and Garden, they would do their Jam and Gardener set, or during Food and Wine, they'd be the Jam and Chefs. But when we went last July, they didn't do that, and I didn't see them do their Gardener thing from any videos this year. But still, they're great. It just proves that you don't need drums to be a drummer. You need something and that can make sound with a pair of sticks. Number 2, the Voices of Liberty. Now, when you go inside the American Adventure Building and you're surrounded by all the American history, it's just a build-up to some of the best singers on property. And I just saw from my friend Kelly's Instagram. Kelly, of course, is one of our favorite members of the Voices of Liberty. He was just approved 7 brand new members of the Voices. And so, congratulations to the new members. I look forward to hearing your music in the very near future, and because you are going to be part of a vast history of amazing Americana and Disney songs underneath the dome of the American Adventure. And now my number 1 current entertainment offering. This should come as no surprise to anyone. These guys, right there. These guys, right here. The Dapper Dans. The best barbershop quartet in a 2-block radius. Some of them are great fans of the channel. You know who you are. They do great songs, great jokes, and you put it all together, and you got a very nostalgic Disney parks tradition spanning from Disneyland. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite current entertainment offering at Disney is. And now it is time for DIS or DAT. Alright, we are going to drop right into this one. Emphasis on the drop. It's Tower of Terror versus Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. On one side, you have the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and board a boiler room elevator, which breaks free from the shaft and moves through this room before the randomizing drop sequence into the Twilight Zone. And on the other side, you are in the Collector's Fortress, and you are helping the Guardians escape, and you just go straight to the drops, and it's not as random because you got these projected show scenes, and of course, some really great music. When we wrote it in April, we want the funk, because it really got me going back when it was part of the Epcot experience thing. But anyway, let me know in the comments which one you prefer. DIS, Tower of Terror, or DAT, Guardians of the Galaxy. So, while we were at Disneyland a few weeks ago, we tried our best to get a good video of Fantasmic, but there were 2 bad factors with that. Number 1, we really tried to get a good video, but there were a lot of people in the way. And 2, just when we got to Maleficent, the storage on my phone ran out. But it was still good. But we were fortunate enough to see it because, and I am not kidding, the following night, the dragon just, boom, caught on fire. And Fantasmic at Disneyland hadn't been running since. And some of you may recall that back in 2018, the Maleficent Dragon at the Magic Kingdom's Festival of Fantasy Parade had a similar problem. It caught on fire halfway through the parade route. So at the moment, Disney is currently reducing their pyro. Fortunately, the Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios doesn't have that problem because they have a different fire system for that. So I hope that Disney fixes the dragon, if not replaces it, because Fantasmic has been a big part of Disneyland since it opened back in 1992. And the Rivers of America wouldn't just be the same without it. So anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure it gets to a future episode. For this week's shoutouts, make sure you guys check out Jessica and Lewis over at One Little Spark JL. They do amazing vlogs and live streams from the parks. Definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Samantha Lowe. She currently does live streams of performers during the Garden Rocks concerts for Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival. Definitely check her out. Also, make sure you guys check out my buddy at Ear to Ear Magic. He does amazing live streams from the parks each and every week. Make sure you check him out. Also, make sure you guys check out Nick over at Magical News Live. He also does great live streams from the parks. Definitely check him out as well. For the latest news and gossip, make sure you guys check out WDW Magazine. If you have not subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse be with you.